The Profit Taker fight is a gateway to easier Eidolon fights, some cool cosmetics, and if done right, a very fast credit farm. Hi, I'm James, just a random guy with way too much playtime for his own good. Over my 1100 hours of game time, I received a lot of help from other Tenno, and I plan on returning the favor. So, if you're newer, or just want some efficiency, then this is your place. Let's start with where the fight is and how to unlock it. The boss fight itself is locked behind Master Rank 5 and completion of the War Within quest. Once you have done that, all you need to do is reach max standing with Solaris United found in Fortuna. Doing this allows you to speak with Yutiko at the table in the back room, which is located to the right of her armchair. The best way to unlock max standing is to run the Tier 5 bounties, as well as trading in debt bonds with Ticker, who is also found in Fortuna. You'll need to do the first 3 Profit Taker bounties before you can fight the Orb Mother herself. Let's talk about some of the gear you'll need, starting with your operator. So, Focus School in my own experience doesn't matter, but I like to run Zeneric for his Energizing Dash, which will help you with your energy regen, and Void Flow, as it will increase your operator energy, so you can Void Dash faster to the pylons. Now for the amp, it doesn't really matter which kind you use. You can use the Moat for all it's worth, but I like using the 177 as it's the best for Eidolon hunting, and the Raplight Prism gives it very good range. Now let's talk about some of the rest of the gear that you'll need for the fight. There's only 3 frames I can really recommend for this fight, and that's Chroma Prime, Mirage Prime, and Saren Prime. This account, I unfortunately don't have Chroma or Mirage, so I will be using Saren. So for her build, I have subsumed Mirage's Eclipse ability onto Saren's 4, as Miasma doesn't play a part in the fight itself. So with this 253% power strength that I have on, Eclipse gives me a 380% damage increase, and utilizing Toxic Lash and Venom Dose, the Spores augment, you can imbue your weapons with both Toxin and Corrosive damage, which will cover 2 of the damage types that you can mod for. So for her aura slot, I'm running Aerodynamic, as it will help you stay in the air longer, which can really help with knockdowns, as I don't have Prime Sure-Footed here. If I were to add that, I would need to add a Umbral Forma and another Forma, so I'd bring it up to about a 4 Forma build for Saren, and it would also help me to max out the rest of my mods. I'm also running Vigorous Swap, all 3 Umbral mods, Venom Dose, Blind Rage, Narrow-Minded, and Adaptation. Arcanes don't really matter, but I like using Arcane Awakening to boost my secondary weapon, and Arcane Rage just because I have it on there. That's mainly used for my Eidolon fights. Now, going over weapons, primary weapon, some of the weapons I can recommend are the Exceltra, the Rubical Prime, the Exorgist, the Zenith, or the Opticore Vandal, but I am using the Netruk in this build, or in this video, as I've completed the New War quest, and I personally like using bows over other weapons. So for this, I'm running Serration, Point Strike. You could run Critical Delay, but I find that you get more DPS by just using Point Strike, as you'll have a faster charge time. Also running Infected Clip, Split Chamber, Rhyme Rounds, Stormbringer, Vigilante Armaments, and Vital Sense. Primary Deadhead doesn't really play a part here, I just like to have it. Instead of Rhyme Rounds, you could always use Cryo Rounds for more cold damage, but I just haven't had the chance to put a form on it yet. This gives you electricity damage as well as viral and puncture and slash, so these 4 damage types will be covered for when you are fighting the Profit Taker. For the secondary, I'm using the Tenet Detron, as its secondary fire really it ejects your entire magazine, which is for some very good DPS. For this, it's only a 1 Forma build. I'm running Hornet Strike, Barrel Diffusion, Lethal Torrent, Pathogen Rounds, Augur Pact, Heated Charge, Target Cracker, and Pistol Gambit. Another way to boost your damage for this, which could also decrease your runtime on the fight, is to just min-max the mods, add some more Forma, And there's a couple other mods I could have that I just haven't unlocked in this account yet, which could really help, especially Prime Pistol Gambit. So then for the melee, I'm running the Redeemer Prime. You'll be using a heavy attack build, and this is going to be covering all of your magnetic damage. So I don't happen to have a Bullet Dance or whichever the other Aura Stance mod is called, but I'm running Pressure Point, True Steel, Shocking Touch, North Wind, Killing Blow, Spoiled Strike, Focus Energy, and Organ Shatter. So yes, this will be your magnetic, and because I didn't cover it already, your Tenet Detron will cover your radiation and gas damage. So then for your companion, I only have Taxon on this account, and all you really need is for a bigger boost on your Vigilante mods, as it has a 10% chance to increase your crits. And then for your Arc Gun, I'm running the Mastodon, which you can pretty much only unlock once you have a Necromech. Now, for the Mastodon, I don't have a lot of the very good mods. I do not have the Multi-Shot mod, as well as a few others, which could really help here. But I'm running Rubitoline Barrel, Parallax Scope, Quick Reload, Magma Chamber, Critical Focus, Hypothermic Shell, Polar Magazine, and Electrified Barrel. This gives you radiation damage and cold, which gives you a 50% more damage and 25% more damage against the Prophet Taker's limbs, which you will be using for this fight. Okay, so now we're in the simulacrum, I'm just gonna go over how the weapons work real quick, just a couple basics. The Naduruk has 3 firing modes. It has a quick shot, which has the basic stats, has a charge shot, which has increased damage and crit stats, and the perfect shot, which is about, say, 60 to 70% of the way charged, gives it an AoE Arcoplasma-like projectile with infinite enemy punch through, not infinite wall punch through, and it has greatly increased stats. Then the Tenet Detron, it is like a mini pocket shotgun, as people like to call it. Just shoots projectiles, but then if you press its secondary fire, it ejects the whole magazine in a rapid succession. And then with the Redeemer Prime, as I have no stance in it, this obnoxious animation, that's 2 attacks right there. And then this is the speed of its heavy attack. But then now if you fully equip it and you can aim with it, aiming cancels the animation, so this is now the heavy attack speed versus just the normal attack speed. So it's a lot faster, and heavy attacking deals way more damage, so it's a lot more worth it in my run, or in my opinion. So that's just a little tip for using these weapons. And because I forgot to mention it in the previous section, other weapons you could use for your secondary weapon would be the Prime and Prime kit guns, which you can build on Fortuna and Demos, or the Kuonukor. And then melee weapons, you're going to want anything projectile based, so you could use a Zaw with Exotic Contagion, or you could use the likes of the Glaive Prime. Hey, so this is kind of his voiceover. So I found it hard to concentrate while I was actually talking through and playing the mission. So here I'm just skipping past all the dialogue. Going to show there's a back room by Yudiko's armchair. Heading to the Valis. Now the Orb Mother herself has 3 spawn locations. So right out of the gate, I like to just use Void Dash, get some energy, and drop a pad. So I'm about 215 or so. Hop into my Archwing. Sorry if my mic quality is a little goofy. It's just the PlayStation headset. I noticed I activated Eclipse, did magnetic damage, notice that's impact, do not have impact damage. Use my operators, there's a timer, so I switched. Now it's gas, so I switched to my Detron. Electric, switch back to the Naduruk. Shields will knock you down, so avoid them at all costs. Here, her shields are gone, so I zoom away to prevent knockbacks. Summon my Arc Gun. Reapply Eclipse. Make sure to aim and then start firing, as you'll get increased damage. Try to hit all 4 limbs the best you can. Sometimes you have to teleport around her, sometimes she just walks around. It's kind of annoying. And once you drop all 4 limbs, then shield drop, damage her. Healing up here, just unequip your arc gun. She'll summon these 4 pylons. Just watch where they're going. Destroy the pylons. And if you're successful in destroying the first phase of pylons, which is right here, before a certain time, then her shields will not go back up. And you're just using Void Dash to get around the pylons faster. There's that knockdown I was talking about. Resummon my arc gun. It's legs phase 2. There are a bunch of glitches with this fight, as the DE, or Digital Extremes, are still working on fixing the game. So they have a lot of stuff on their plate right now. After you destroy her legs, I guess, for the second time, then her shield will go back up, and it's just like before. I have Blast, so I use the Redeemer Prime, as it has Innate Blast, so that's why you did not have to mod for it. It's Radiation. Try to get away, stay in the air. Tetron, Secondary Fire. That flash is telling you that you have done enough damage on that damage type. I activated Toxic Lash for toxin damage. It's cold damage I do not have. Try to get rid of the beacons, as it will contact less mobs. Viral damage. Shields are gone again. Then teleport out of the way a little bit. Resummon the arc gun. Get in the air. Now this phase is probably the most important. It might stress some of you out, as now you only have 5 minutes to kill her. But she will summon 6 pylons this time, instead of just the 4. After these 6 are defeated, then it will start the 5-minute timer, and her shields go back up no matter what. Now, it's with all the knockdowns that you might experience, that's where Prime Surefooted really helps. You can always use Handspring as well, that also works. If you had the Zenith, then you could use its Secondary Fire, as it has infinite terrain punch through, so it can shoot through the bubbles and destroy the pylons from just wherever you're standing. Don't have to be within the bubble. I die because I got stepped on. That might happen, just no big deal. Magnetic damage, heavy attack, impact again. Heal out, get some energy. There's the gas. Electric, so back to the Nadaruk. Arc gun for the final time. That right there is probably what cost me the most amount of time this run, is being just knocked down by the MOAs. Trying to find that leg. Now it's finally dead. As it's a bounty, you will always get one of, I believe it's 6 rewards, and about 1,000 standing each time you complete it. Sorry, my dog's in here now. The Orb Mother's rewards will always spawn out of her back end. You'll always get the same rewards with a bonus. I believe in this one I got the Prophet Taker Articula. Kind of got lost here trying to find my way back to Fortuna. But you always get 125,000 credits and a Charisma Toroid, which you can trade in to Little Duck for 6,000 standing. Got 547 here. It's not the best, but it's by all means not bad either. So now we're back on the orbiter. That was pretty much it for me. If you guys ever need any more help, you could always check out Tactical Potato, iFlynn, MC Gamer CZ, or Laser Gaming Views on YouTube. Or by all means, just run public matches or ask your clan for some help. You could always also check out the recruitment chat, and there's always people ready to help you. I will be leaving a link in the description for a 1 minute 18-second speed run, and that video description has links to all of that Tenno's builds for his weapons. So that's all for me. Wish you guys luck. Keep on grinding. Bye bye. Hey guys, me again. Just video's over. I just wanted to throw in my personal best run on this account, and it kind of just explains more about what that glitch is. You don't have to watch this, by all means, just go about your day, but if you want to watch, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, this round I got about 415, which was my best on this one. My PC account, oh, this is PlayStation 5, but my PC account, I think my best run was about 2.5 minutes. There's honestly a lot I could have done in this run that probably would have made it a sub 4-minute run, which would have been really, really good. So this right here, I get rid of my arc gun. Well, I attempt to, but then the Profit Taker never shot out its pylons, and so the shields didn't go up. And I was just able to do back-to-back damage phases, so it skipped like an entire 30 seconds or so of the fight. And now it shot its pylons, but there's only the 4, so it's still only the first pylon phase. And then because it was just the first pylon phase, I'm able to get rid of 3 damage phases without its shields going back up at all. So now this is acting as it's on its 3rd damage phase still. Just quick run down those shields. So yeah, it's glitched out, so there's never a second pylon phase. We never got the timer. I was able to do 75% of its damage with its shields only being up that original time. So that helped out quite a bit. Just getting my rewards. So yeah, this right here, it was a 414 run. That's all again. Have fun grinding, guys.